Thanks, TechStars, for making me better at giving my pitch. The first pitch I ever gave at TechStars, I thought I knew my company. It's amazing how many people have a company and don't really know what it does. And when we showed up at TechStars on day one, we realized that we didn't understand our company as well as we thought we did. The day-to-day life at TechStars was fairly interesting. This is a picture of our office. It's a little bit dark, but basically think of a big football field where all of the companies are on the field. And each company is represented by 2 or 3 desks. Most of the companies came with 2 or 3 people. And everybody's in a common area. And so the collaboration and the camaraderie and the creativity is off the charts when you kind of pack people in like this. The executive director, Andy Sack, was able to bounce around from company to company and on a day-by-day basis just weigh in on what was happening and participate in our company and give us advice. And the day-to-day, during the day we would work on our company, and then we had amazing work sessions at night. And so the program is very mentor-driven. In our office space, I wish I would have a picture of it, but we're on the 2nd floor. In the basement, someone started a bar, and they ran out of money, and they couldn't finish it. And so TechStars got the space. And so in the basement, we had this unfinished speakeasy-type bar called the Easy. And it had a bar, and it had a poker table, and a pool table, and a ping pong table, and a dartboard. And it was unfinished. It was kind of raw. And we could go there and blow off steam whenever we wanted to. And it's an unbelievable office space. But what would happen at night is the 20 or 30 founders of these companies at TechStars would head into the Easy, and then different CEOs and influential tech people would come in and would spend really quality time with us. So Wesley Chan, who invented Google Analytics and Google Voice, came and talked to us. And Andy Jassy, the number 3 guy at Amazon, came and talked to us. And Brad Feld from the Foundry Group came in a few times. And David Cohen, the founder of TechStars. It really was. TechStars is a lot of things, but one of the things it is a lens that allows people that are pulled a lot of different directions normally to really be able to give back, because entrepreneurs and founders really want to give back, and TechStars is a way that they can do that, and we were the beneficiaries of that as founders. We would hang out in the basement, do presentations. They usually last an hour or an hour and a half. Typically, the people that would present to us would stick around for a few hours afterwards and meet with the companies. And one of the goals of TechStars is to really engage with a group of mentors, maybe 2 or 3 lead mentors, and engage with them very deeply, and then 7 or 8 other people in kind of your group. So you try to form a community of mentors that can dig deep with your company, really give you advice, and so the mentors that would come in and speak would stick around, engage with different companies, and in that experience, being able to get the time of people that normally wouldn't give you time and let them give you really advice about your business was great. Brad Feld was our lead mentor throughout the program. For those of you that have heard of Brad before, he's a hard guy to get his attention, but he gave us a lot of attention, which was phenomenal. Glenn Kelman was our other lead mentor. He's CEO of Redfin, which is a real estate company that's in Seattle. So the mentorship aspect of TechStars is really amazing, and I think something that really makes it unique. After these sessions, we would typically go back to work, and the work would last until 2 or 3 in the morning. And probably my favorite part of the TechStars experience were those late night work sessions. A few of the companies would go home, but for the ones that stayed, there's kind of magic that happens when you're dug into your company and you're in your 15th hour and it's 2 in the morning. A lot of things get built right then, and being around with other creative people during that time is really cool. So late night sessions were probably my favorite part of TechStars. Every once in a while, somebody would surprise you, a mentor would show up and come and just really hang out with you late at night. Those were really cool. At 11:11 every Wednesday, we did whiskey 11:11 meetings. And Andy Sack would come in, the director, and we would do a shot of whiskey and talk about wins and losses for the week. And little things like that built a feeling that was pretty hard to miss, hard to beat, and it's something that I will cherish throughout my career. It was incredible.
Okay, so were you working on your own company, like doing business plans, or you were actually doing the business, or you were helping each other? Basically,
we were building our company Deal Co-op. And so we had this idea that we can be the company that powers the daily deal industry if you don't have any experience running a daily deal business. And so we were building that company. And so really,
or just getting all the software and stuff together.
For us, we were building software. We actually did start to do some marketing because we wanted to get some clients and customers and kind of test how they used our software. We got some coverage about halfway through TechStars in TechCrunch, which is a very well-known blog. It's like the Wall Street Journal of tech blogging. They covered us. We had hundreds of people come in and want to use our software. And we wouldn't have got that experience if TechStars hadn't been there. So see, every aspect of building a company, nothing was out of bounds. It's our company. We can do whatever we want. But we were just working on our company and had amazing resources around us to help it grow.
So did you have, like you said, you're not that tech savvy, I guess your brother was helping you with this. So did you have to actually build it yourself? Did you have people there who were helping you, programmers and whatnot, and you were doing it all yourself?
We did it all.
Learning how to do it, or?
Well, my brother's a great programmer, so he was writing our code. I was working on business development. We were, from doing branding to putting together business plans. Every little bit of a business, when there's only a few of you, there's a lot to be done, and we were kind of hitting every side. I just think this picture is really cool. We had a retreat about halfway through TechStars up in the mountains. The guy at the top here is Keith Schmidt. He's CEO of Big Door. It's a gamification company. To his right in the gray shirt's Andy Sack. He was our executive director. And we got invited to Keith's cabin, which is up in the mountains. And this is like at 1 in the morning. We had been drinking whiskey, but instead of just partying, this guy on the left up here is Greg Gottesman. He's a VC, a founder of Madrona, a VC firm. And it's 1 in the morning. We've been drinking whiskey, and all anybody wants to do is just sit around and talk about investing. And so Greg's over here talking about the ins and outs of venture capitalism. And it's moments like this, like late at night, and you've had a few drinks, but you're engaged about a fundraising process that, these are the moments that makes the 6% equity in TechStars worth every penny. This was one of my very favorite nights at TechStars. Demo day came and went. We did well. We were one of the better presentations, or so the press said. We were the first company to close an investment round after TechStars. We were invited to stay in Seattle and stay in the TechStars space, which is an honor. Not many companies were invited to do that. And we did. We decided we were going to headquarter our company out of Seattle. And so my brother stayed there. We started to hire out of Seattle. And I was traveling there on a fairly regular basis. My family's here, and I can't really leave. So I was kind of the wayward CEO living in Birmingham. It wasn't until recently, I wish Devin was here so I could give him his props. Once we found this space and saw what was happening at Innovation Depot, the light went off for me, and I said, oh, the kinds of things that I need now as an entrepreneur, experiencing what I had at TechStars, other companies around me, really great resources, support from the community. I finally have those things, and I didn't really know about this place. Kind of like Birmingham Entrepreneur. I feel bad about it. But we're now headquartering out of Birmingham, and we're leaving Seattle. I'll still travel there to meet with investors, but we're so pleased with this space that we are staying here in Birmingham. We're going to be hiring about 10 people over the next 2 months. That's sales, support, Ruby on Rails developers. If you know any Ruby developers, please send them my way. And we've got great office space, and I can't wait to grow here. And we also have an amazing partnership that we started about 6 months ago with the Super Deal, which is a daily deal site here in Birmingham. And it's one of the few cases that you'll find in a top 50 market where local guys, local entrepreneurs are competing with Groupon on a day-to-day basis. I think our deals are better, our pitch to businesses are better, and because we have the software that we've been working on all this time, we have a legitimate back end to these systems. And so my business partners with Super Deal are Jay Barker and Patrick Knowles. Those guys go handle sales and do an amazing job. We work on the software, but this Super Deal partnership has been extremely meaningful to our business. So kind of the combination of Innovation Depot, the support it's giving us, what's happening with Super Deal. There are a lot of good reasons for us to be and stay in Birmingham, and so we're going to be here. People ask me a lot, I want to start a company, how do I finally jump in, how do I do it? There isn't any magic answer to this, but I have a few things that I think are the ways to go about it. You definitely don't underestimate the desire of other founders to give back and to weigh in on your idea. If anybody ever walked into my office and said, I want to start a company, what do you think about this? I'd be more than happy to talk to them, and I think that's probably the case with most of the companies here. And it's probably the case with CEOs or founders of really big companies. I think there's really a desire to give back to the community. So if you have an idea for a company, go talk to other people that can help you, because I think that they will. And I think that's the place you should start. You'll have no trouble getting feedback for the ideas that you have.